Now, there's another side of this that gets very interesting when
Very.
you consider that dominoes have fallen, options are limited, relatively speaking. What do the Colts do at quarterback now? Surely, it's not the quarterback who, at a very young and misguided age, once aspired to become Chris Sims. Sam Ehlinger. Can't be him.
I don't think so.
Can't be him.
No, I don't think it's him. No, I think it's somebody that's on another football team as of right now. I don't think the answer's on the Colts roster. Now, that's where it's like it gets really interesting because it seems like options are a little bit limited when you start to get down to, guys that should be or are proven enough entities to be quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts, which is a team that I think we both view and a lot of people in football view as on the doorstep of being like a major pain in the butt in the AFC playoff picture. Who is that guy? I mean, the only guy that pops to your mind is Deshaun Watson, which I don't think that's happening. And that's another domino that we need to talk about here because, man, those options are getting limited here for the Houston Texans as we go on. But then you look at Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, that's the other guy, and I want to go, damn, Jimmy Garoppolo's the only other guy out there for this Colts team, a guy who's not that good at throwing the ball down the field, and the Colts like to throw the ball down the field and aggressive, a guy that – we just had a quarterback who, was here and his reps were limited because of a foot injury, and now we're going to bring a guy in that's got a shoulder injury and deal with that as he's learning the new offense and has no familiarity with Frank Reich and stuff. That's where listen, I get it, but I don't get it, and that's where I'm going to be interested to see where this goes.
Well, to the extent that the 49ers would be looking for a first-round pick for Jimmy Garoppolo, they ain't getting it from the Colts, at least not this year, because their first-round pick belongs to Philadelphia because Carson Wentz played at least 70% of the snaps last year, triggering the bump from a 2 to a 1. I just think that it's confusing, given that you and I agree, and I think many people who follow the sport closely would agree that Carson Wentz has a higher upside than Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes.
Right? He has a lower downside but a higher upside. The Colts pivot from one troubled, underachieving starter to another if they do get Jimmy Garoppolo. That's kind of confusing. I think they're in a position where they could aim higher, but where do you aim? Where do you look?
Right.
Who's out there that is better than Jimmy Garoppolo walking through the door? This guy is going to be a guy who delivers not just a playoff berth, but some victories in a very difficult AFC. Who is it?
I don't know. No, I don't really have one for you. And then there's
I do.
Well, I know you want Kirk Cousins to go there. That's what you want. Yeah,
His jersey is on the floor.
You selfish bastard,
right here.
you. But this is where I find it, ironic, don't you think? I mean, again, we're getting rid of Carson Wentz because I know he does things that are. Not the greatest leader.
Injured.
Right. He's been injured. He's not the greatest in the locker room, and he does dumb things on the field at times in the worst moments. I mean, does that not sound exactly like Jimmy Garoppolo? I mean, I don't even.
No, I disagree on one point.
One point
Jimmy
about
Garoppolo
the locker room. They like him in the locker room, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Now, none of them can get in contact with him. That's the other problem, right? It's one thing. Anytime I talk to a 49ers player, I've been calling Jimmy Garoppolo. He doesn't call me back. I've been calling him for a month. He doesn't call me back. He's kind of famous for that. That's one thing. But then you take on the fact of, dumb interceptions. I mean, Jimmy G's been a poster child for dumb interceptions. He's just had the 49ers and Shanahan to hide it. I mean, come on. His last pass as a 49er was dumb. I mean, what do you want to say? Driving at the end of the first half against the Packers, dumb interception. I mean, he is literally famous for dumb interceptions, and that's where I just go, what? So wait, we're going to get a guy that has less talent than Carson Wentz, and we're going to get a guy who, I don't know, I would say he's in the same not trust tree as Carson Wentz too. And that's where, again, I find it to be a very intriguing situation here for the Colts and the 49ers.
Now, how much do you think the Colts would be attracted to Garoppolo because of the former Patriot angle? Because we know there are some deep-seated resentments still lingering between those teams, dating back to Deflategate, dating back to Josh McDaniels being ripped away from the Colts by whatever the Patriots were able to convince him of following Super Bowl 52. Not that the Colts are upset with that because they ended up being very happy with Frank Reich. But I could see some attraction to Jimmy Garoppolo simply coming from the fact that they're bringing him back to the AFC and they're going to cross paths with the Patriots at some point, and Jimmy G will be the quarterback, and there's some attraction to that. Now, I don't know that that's enough to win the day, but again, who else are they going to get? Who else is going to be your quarterback this year? Russell Wilson would have been a very intriguing option for the Colts. Very intriguing. You could argue, he's obviously in a much better position to win the division in Indy than he is in Denver, and he's got, you could argue, a better team around him walking through the door in Indianapolis than he has in Denver. With Jonathan Taylor, are you kidding me? With that defense, with that offensive line? So, look, the Cousins thing, I'm joking kind of. And the problem is, if you go get Cousins, it's a one-year rental because he's got a contract that if it's not extended, he becomes a free agent next year. The only way to keep him from becoming a free agent next year is to use the franchise tag at $64 million because he'd be entitled to a 44% raise over his $45 million cap number because he's been tagged twice before. And it doesn't matter that the Colts have never tagged him or the Vikings have never tagged him. Washington tagged him twice, so the next one is number 3 no matter who does it. That was the result of a Drew Brees grievance that was filed 10 years ago when he was facing the franchise tag in New Orleans. Let's just be clear on what these rules are because he's been tagged before. That's what it was. He'd been tagged before by the Chargers, and he wanted this to count as tag number 2 because once you get to tag number 2, tag number 3 is never going to happen. And now, I say to myself, hey, it's a one-year rental, but Chris, who cares? The NFL is a one-year-at-a-time proposition now.
No doubt, right.
You need a quarterback in Indy. You've got a playoff-ready team in Indy. We get Kirk Cousins for 1 year. We'll worry about 2023 when 2023 comes. We want answers, and we want performance, and we want results in 2022. Let's go get this guy. $35 million salary. So what? We dumped the full $28 million of Carson Wentz. Dumped all of it. We thought we were going to get stuck with that. We dumped it. It's gone. Bye-bye. Gone. So I'm not trying to sell Chris Ballard on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, you are.
Hey,
You're trying
fans,
to improve your team with justifying why it works for the Colts.
I hear from Drew Magary all the time about how badly he wants to get rid of Kirk Cousins. He tweets about it. We text each other about it. But who's your quarterback in Minnesota if Kirk Cousins isn't?
Thank you. That's what I wanted to ask. Right. Where are you going to go there? I mean, what's Minnesota going to do? Okay. Oh, yeah, Kevin O'Connell. Yeah, sure. I'll trade away Kirk Cousins just to make things good for you guys in the Colts, and I'll just figure it out here. And I don't think that's going to happen. I don't.
You know, Tom Brady's mom grew up in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, start those rumors now. Yeah, start that. Yeah, I mean, that would be good.
That's not a rumor. It's a fact.
No, I know. I'm saying start the rumors of Brady to Minnesota.
I know.
But you know, and you know, Kirk Cousins, like a Carson Wentz, is also another guy that's kind of a lightning rod quarterback that way, where if it doesn't go well, everybody's going to go, well, I told you. It's Kirk Cousins. Why did we do this? I mean, Kirk Cousins has played really good football the last few years, and nobody really wants to give him credit. You know, and everybody still throws it in the face of the Vikings, the fact that they gave him a guaranteed contract, and, you know, Case Keenum went to the NFC Championship, and Cousins hasn't gotten close. So there's that issue there, too, to where I'm going, man, does Chris Ballard and Frank Reich really want to deal with, you know, the same type of talk and conversation with another guy there, too, like Kirk Cousins as in Carson Wentz? And I know Cousins is clearly better than Carson Wentz right now, but I still think there's some issues there.
Indianapolis gives Kirk Cousins what the Vikings don't. They give him an offensive line that allows him to run the play that's called and never have to improvise into the play that wasn't called because he can't. The truly best quarterbacks right now in the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, assuming that the mobility is there, and I think one of the reasons mobility isn't there is his body's a little bit larger than it used to be. Josh Allen, Justin Herbert,
right?
Kyler Murray, if he's healthy.
Yep.
Guys who can make things happen when the play that's called isn't there. Kirk Cousins can't make the play that isn't there when the play that's called doesn't work. In Indy, better offensive line, better running back. All due respect to Dalvin Cook, he's got Jonathan Taylor entering year 3. Got a better defense right now in Indianapolis.
Definitely.
The receivers aren't as good, but it's Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen. What can you do? But still, I'm telling you, the Colts should explore trading for Kirk Cousins. Even if Cousins refuses to do an extension, they should explore trading for him, because I think it's better for them. I think it's better for the Colts, even though it would put Minnesota in a very tough spot. And maybe the Vikings just won't want to trade him because of that. Maybe the Vikings are content to do a year with Cousins and worry about who the quarterback's going to be next year when Cousins can walk out the door and sign with Indianapolis if he wants to as a free agent.
Yeah, there's definitely that real possibility. It's a little like we talked with Russell Wilson and the Seahawks if it got to next year. I understand that, but I don't see that happening from especially the Vikings' point of view. But I think the point we're getting at here is just like, what are they going to do? I mean, if it's not Jimmy Garoppolo, who is really the guy out there? After that, you get into bridge quarterbacks. The bridge the gap. It's the Andy Daltons. It's the Teddy Bridgewater, right? It's the Tyrod Taylor. It's, do you want to take a chance on Mitchell Trubisky, who's maybe got more potential and talent than those other guys, but, again, was in a bad offense in Chicago, and there's a lot of negative thoughts around that guy. I mean, it's really fascinating to look at it right now with the Colts. I mean, they're in a little bit of a predicament, and, you look out through the NFL, too, and just look at teams and rosters, and you start to go, okay, wait, are there any viable backups we're missing that, could be thrown in there and do something that way? And, I don't know, Mike. I mean, I know I'm crazy and not that smart, but none jump off to me as I sit here and look at teams. I'm going through it. I mean, hey, Gardner Minshew's out there. I mean, he's a backup to the Eagles. I don't think they're going to do anything with him there. But, I mean, it's limited pickings as far as the guy that would fit that mold to go, oh, he's better than your average backup. Maybe he could be a starter. It's limited out there, and I don't know where they're going to go.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.